American military personnel at the Zapad 2025 exercises. At least one of them speaks Russian. They shook hands with Belarusian Defense Minister Viktor Hrenin. He said, "We will show you everything that interests you. Everything you want. You can go there and see, talk to people." The word insinuation came out of his mouth, as it were. The Belarusian media has already defined the visit of American observers as a surprise, although, in reality, only someone who is not aware of the warming of relations between Trump and Lukashenko can call such things a surprise. For example, the United States has eased sanctions against the Belarusian national airline Belavia and allowed it to buy components for its fleet, which includes Boeing aircraft. Trump wants to reopen the U.S. embassy in Belarus in the near future, normalize ties, and restore economic and trade relations. The Kremlin is constantly pouring champagne. Trump and his insidious administration led by the USA continue to trade national and security interests behind the backs of Ukrainians and the state of Ukraine in exchange for a fake peace, which the current US President Trump seeks at any cost. This is a shame for the American establishment and a moral decline before the world. The process of Hitler's appeasement, with the bloody dictator Putin, who set himself the goal of destroying the young Ukrainian democracy through an aggressive long-term war of attrition, subjugating it to his political and economic interests and proclaiming himself the new emperor of the newly created evil empire, which will become, in the event of Ukraine's defeat, not only the hegemon of Europe, but will create new permanent threats to the Baltic countries, Poland, Finland and Moldova in the first 5-year term. I do not believe that Trump does not understand the terrible risks and consequences for European countries. He understands everything, but he doesn't care. Because he has repeatedly said that the US is not threatened by anything, and the war was started by neither Zelensky, nor Biden, nor Soros, nor the Secret Order of the Templars. And this is not accurate. You need to ask Trump again. The answer will not shock you, maybe. This spider, together with his other friend Putin, weaves a sticky web of dubious business schemes, one of which you see with your own eyes. It is not difficult to guess who will benefit from the lifting of sanctions on Lukashenko, on Belavia, and the unblocking of supplies of spare parts and components for Boeings, of course, Putin and the Russian Federation. We cannot know the scope and list of Putin and Lukashenko's whims. I can assume that dual-purpose works will pour like a fast river onto the arid soil of the Russian Federation, after which disgusting fruits will begin to sprout in the form of missiles, planes and shaheeds who will fly to kill women and children of Ukraine. The time will come and Trump will answer for these seemingly arrogant, but carefully planned and politically motivated actions. And the death of his protégé Kirk is a vivid example of what a terrible end this kind of game of geopolitics leads to. Trading the interests of the victim through paper business agreements, the pages of which are abundantly sprinkled with fresh Ukrainian blood of Ukrainian women and children. Wasn't he pursuing the same policy with Putin during the terrible and terrifying bombing of Syria by the Russian aerospace forces from 2016 to 2018? Terrible politicians lead the world only to disastrous and failed policies.
What's your reaction to Russian drone incursion into Poland?
Could have been a mistake. But regardless, I'm not happy about anything having to do with that whole situation. But hopefully it's going to come to an end.